Abraham Lincoln is shot in the back of his head on the evening of Friday, April 14th, 1865, and he dies the following morning. That same day at the White House, he's given a cranial autopsy and is embalmed. 36 years later, on September 26, 1901, inside a closed, damp, semi-oval room of his tomb at Oak Ridge Cemetery, 23 people witness the final time that the features of Abraham Lincoln are exposed to the living. At this point, Lincoln has been dead for decades, yet the participants are all quoted as saying that he's just as recognizable to them as the pictures of him that hang on the walls around him, right down to the mole on his cheek. In the early 1990s, I was a young student at Worsham College in Mortuary Science. I was studying to be a licensed funeral director and embalmer. One afternoon there, I was sitting in Mr. Kowalski's embalming theory class when he brought up the topic of the arterial embalming and preservation of the body of Abraham Lincoln. He talked to us about that day back in 1901 when Lincoln's body was last viewed by the living. He talked about the remarkable state of preservation due to its being arterially embalmed and then sealed inside an airtight lead coffin. I was, of course, hooked. It was only a one-off topic, and we never came back to it again in Kowalski's class. But what he did, in fact, was set in motion great trains of thought in this young embalmer in training. I researched all I could about Abraham Lincoln and death. I even volunteered as a site interpreter at Lincoln's tomb in Springfield, giving short history talks from inside the very burial chamber of Abraham Lincoln and his family. My research focus on the postmortem Lincoln became broader and deeper, and what I began to find was that the experience I gained as a practicing embalmer was opening me up to the information I was gathering in ways no one else had approached it before. The authors I read and the speakers I listened to, who were supposedly repeating age-old truths back to me, I began to see so often as misinformed, repeating sensationalized information, and in some cases, outright myths, such as the one I hear so often about the so-called multiple re-embalmings of Lincoln's body. My research and writing eventually led to my bringing about an entirely new subgenre of Lincoln scholarship that I refer to simply as Lincoln postmortem history, a field that not only presents new discoveries and informs, but that tells us that even in death, the legend of Abraham Lincoln continues to grow and in so many ways never truly ended. My name is Lee Utsi, and I'm the creator of the new subgenre of Lincoln scholarship that I call Lincoln postmortem history, and this is my TED Talk.